What is up, guys? This is AndroidCell666 back with another episode to Pokemon Red version Let's Play. Now this one, I wanted to start it off by catching an Abra, because that's one of the Pokemon that I want to have in my party. Eventually I will have an Alakazam, and yeah. I love that Pokemon. It's one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon to have in a party. First, we're going to heal our Pokemon, of course. We're going to be going to Bill's pretty soon. Now, my question to you guys is, would you like me to skip less through the game as I'm doing right now? Just kind of like skipping through here real quick. I kind of find it a little annoying right now, but I also think it's better just so it's not prolonging the video longer than it really should be. I mean, especially with the feature allowing you to fast forward. So now we're gonna take this guy out. We're gonna train Abra, as annoying as it's going to be. I mean, at first it won't be as annoying because it's just gonna go by like that. But in time, it's not gonna be as easy to just do that. I cannot wait to have a cadet that can actually attack and not have to only teleport. So yeah, I believe I'm going to do, possibly Pokemon Yellow for the next playthrough. I haven't decided. It's either going to be Pokemon Yellow or I'm going to go straight into Gold or Silver. I'm actually going to work my way through. I actually might even do the Pokemon trading card game for the, Game Boy Color. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think I should do that? Should I just jump straight into Yellow? I mean, Blue's just gonna basically have the same result. I'll probably end up picking Charmander anyway, unless I decide to just go with the version and just go with Squirtle. But either way, the game's just gonna end the same exact way. There's really, and the only reason I would even consider doing Yellow is because it's a special edition, and there's Pokemon that you can't get in one game that you can end up getting in all of them. All of them into that one game. Now, I mean, of course, later in the game, you're going to see that I have 150 Pokemon, and it's going to say, you've completed the Pokedex. And that's because I did use cheats to get Pokemon. Towards the end, actually it was more of, pretty much in the beginning, I just used the cheats to get the Pokemon that I'm not going to use, and they just sit in the PC, and they ended up all getting to level 50. A couple of them got a little over 50 because I wasn't paying much attention, but that's okay. A Pokemon Yellow would be different because I'm getting to start with Pikachu and not one of the 3 starters, and then I get to obtain the 3 starters during the game, and of course Pikachu follows me. So, I don't know, that's just me though. I don't know, what do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to play Yellow next, or whatever the game may be, but let's keep it generation to generation, of course. So I want to get them done first, move on to the next generation, and so on. I actually have a good plan for whichever game is next, depending, unless it's the trading card game, that's a little different. But I do have a little plan on what to do for commentary and within the video. So that is already set in stone and all ready. It's just a matter of what game you guys want me to play next. I would prefer not Blue, because it's going to be the same result. It's the same game as Red, except there's certain Pokemon you can't obtain in it. That's the difference. Yellow is, like I said, different because you have a Pokemon following you. You start with Pikachu and not with one of the starters. You think you're about to get that Eevee. Well, at the time, you probably don't know it's an Eevee unless you actually played the game, or unless you looked at the booklet. But you're thinking you're going to get the Eevee, and then your Able's like, no, I want this Pokemon, and Professor Oak's like, you know what, screw it. Here is a Pikachu that I caught and you watched me catch. And you can obtain, I believe it's every single Pokemon in that game. Of course, with the exception of Pokemon that you have to actually trade to evolve. and the fact that you obtain all 3 starters within the game throughout periods of time. Charmander, you actually gain up where I'm at right now. It's actually farther over to the left where that one TM was that I went and grabbed. Bulbasaur is actually in Cerulean City. Actually, I'll show you in a second here. Right next to the Pokemon Center, that little building right there, that's where the Bulbasaur is. And I believe you have to defeat Misty to get it. I know Charmander you could just get. And, at least I was able to just get it, I don't know. And then, of course, well, finally, Albert's gonna evolve. The Squirtle is in Vermilion City, so you get them very close to one another, so it's not like you're venturing from one town, you end up going like 3 towns later, you finally get the other one. No, it's right near each other. Kadabra, and it learned Confusion. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Sorry, I shouldn't actually say that. That's wrong. That's another thing I'm gonna do for the other videos from now on. I mean, except for Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, there's really not that many kids in it, but I really should also do it for that, is to not use profound language. I mean, every now and then I have a tendency of using foul language within the videos, and I do apologize for that, because I know there are kids that are probably watching this eventually at some point in time. As far as I know, just adults or teenage kids have been watching them. But that's another thing to work on. Sorry, I was trying to not sneeze. This battle is just... it's too easy. It's too easy. Thank you for having a Pikachu to make this easier. Pikachu at level 22, let's go. We now have our second badge, it's the Cascade badge, and we obtained a little over $2,000. That's great. It's too bad everything costs so much. I mean, yeah, you get a little over $2,000, and then you look at the items and they're like 100 plus. It's like you want to get 10 and there goes 1,000 already right there. Now we gotta heal our Pokemon. Alright. We freed Bill from his Pokemon state. Got the Cascade badge. Now we're about to walk past this police officer. Walk through here and deal with this Team Rocket guy who stole the TM Dig. Now I'm not sure if any of you actually knew this, but there is a theory going around. It actually has been for a long time, that Team Rocket is actually the good guys, and you are the bad guy. Credit to Trevor Conway for that, Jay Witz. It was in that video that I actually heard it. I mean, I kind of heard a little bit of the theory, but I didn't really hear much about it until I saw that video. I mean, there's a lot of holes in the theory, of course, but what if? Because, you know, I'm just going to put a link to that video somewhere in a side in this video, and also down in the description, and you can go watch the video on Jay Witz's channel. And it also has Chuck Conroy in it, which I will put a link to one of his videos in this video as well. Awesome Pokemon Emerald content. I mean, I think he's got a lot of good content. I just specifically watched a Pokemon Emerald playthrough, and I loved it. Kind of funny guy. A little corny, but he's pretty funny. But I enjoy his content. I also enjoy Jay Witz's content. I definitely love when Jay Witz was playing Pokemon X and Y and uploaded videos on his playthrough of it. And it was great. That was actually what I waited for just about every day, just waiting for him to upload that new video. I was so interested in the game. I still am. I just need to get a 3DS and then recording software for it. My cadaver doing work. Cadaver is doing a lot of work, but we're trying to... I'm not really sure what I was doing here. I think I was trying to run into some Pokemon that I don't have. So there's a Squirtle. All I know is after this playthrough is over and I get to the next game, I'm going to be doing some new things like I've mentioned before. I'm not really going to spoil what it is. I want you guys to figure it out on your own when you get to that point and you're like, oh my god, that's pretty cool. I like it. Seems legit. But spoiling it now would be a bad idea. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of me doing it. And then announcing everything that I'm going to be doing, and then it's like, not really much of a surprise, nothing really new, because we already knew about it. So... I also had a thought of doing National Pokedex entry videos. For example, Bulbasaur, Pokemon number 1, National Pokedex. Kanto Pokedex. Depending on the game, it usually doesn't list him as number 1. But he is actually the number 1 Pokemon. Doing his entry and then continuing on with more Pokemon as such. But that's just me. I don't know if you guys would like to see that. As you know, I do Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I will be eventually doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype discussions. But I will also probably want to do some Pokemon discussions. That's all up to you guys. I'm not sure what you wanted to do. This guy you can get a Farfetch from by trading him a Spearow. Next door is where you get the bike voucher. With the bike voucher, you can trade that for a bicycle within Cerulean City. There's a bike shop. You would notice if there was bikes to the side. That's the bike shop. And that's where you get your bicycle, which you need to have a bicycle to go from Celadon to Fossa City. And there's trainers on that road along with Pokemon you probably haven't caught yet. And actually, right above that, when you cut and you go across, you can get HM Fly. You'll see when the episode comes up. Now, my friend Mitch had asked me, he's one of my viewers and my subscribers, and he had asked me, how many episodes to the series are there? I told him the number. I can't really tell you, but you can expect quite a bit of videos to be coming up within the next, I'd say, 2 to 3 weeks. At least one video for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I believe it. You know what, I'll just tell you. I believe it was 17, I think. The 17th episode was when I caught Mewtwo. It was after I beat the Pokemon League. I started after I beat the Pokemon League, got Fly, flew to Cerulean City, went to the Unknown Dungeon, caught Mewtwo, and then went to Professor Oak and had him read my Pokedex, and it said 150, and he's like, oh my god, you completed it. Woo! Throw a party, not really, we don't care. That's pretty much how many episodes there were, or how there are, I should say. This is episode 4, so I'd say about 2 more weeks worth of videos. Pidgeotto doing work in Diglett's Cave. It's very annoying trying to train a Magikarp too. I mean, it's annoying trying to train any Pokemon that's at a low level, but it's really annoying right now. Because I really don't like training Magikarp, but I love Gyarados. As a matter of fact, I used Gyarados against the Pokemon League as one of my Pokemon. I think I brought him out probably once or twice. I think. That was it. I know I definitely brought him out against Gary, I believe. Well, I nicknamed him Goku. Just knocked out my Pidgeotto. You know what? I'm a... boy. Well, the rest of this is pretty much just training my Magikarp until it evolves into a Gyarados. I mean, it's not, you're not going to see him evolve into Gyarados because I ended up stopping the episode anyway. But we're going to go into this Pokemart here. As this video comes to a close, I'd like to tell you guys subscribe, like, comment, share, and of course stay tuned for further content. Have a good one.